What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, bringing you another projected Madden 16 ratings video. Today we're looking at the Houston Texans. As always, 30 likes, a new video uploaded soonish, 50 likes, a new video uploaded immediately. Without further ado, looking at the top 5 overall players, obviously you gotta start with the freaking nature J.J. Watt. Should have won the MVP in my opinion. 99 overall. Left tackle Dwayne Brown, 93 overall. Running back Arian Foster, 92 overall. Cornerback Jonathan Joseph, 87 overall. And free agent acquisition defensive tackle, nose tackle Vince Wilfork, 87 overall. So now looking at the individual positional breakdown, quarterback still an issue, I believe, for the Texans. Obviously, they got Brian Hoyer, who's been, somewhat salvageable as a solid backup. Won't, fuck you up starter. But I mean, I don't know. I thought Tom Savage was gonna have more of a rookie impact than what he did. But they still, they're gonna be on the hunt for a quarterback here. Looks like there's not gonna be any huge, top 5 quarterback in the next draft class. In my opinion, I think anyone else is going to be a reach, so I think they'll probably be able to get, they're not going to have to finish, bottom 5 and worry about missing out on a quarterback. I think they'll be able to find their quarterback in next year's upcoming draft. But assuming Brian Hoyer is their starter, he just needs to be able to manage the game. He has a nice, they don't have Andre Johnson there anymore, but they get a nice receiving threat in Hopkins. Just hand the ball off to Arian Foster. Speaking of Arian Foster, 92 overall for Mr. Foster. Look at that. Chris Polk, telling you guys, Texas fans, get excited for this guy. Really disappointed that he left Philly, but obviously our backfield's too fucking crowded. But wouldn't be surprised if he, beats out Al Blue there, old Al Blue, for the second running back spot. But we got Arian Foster here, 92 overall. Last year, Arian Foster, 1,200 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, as well as 327 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. So, really regaining his Pro Bowl form as he made the fucking Pro Bowl. But yeah, Arian Foster, another really solid running back, top 5 running back for me still in the NFL, especially from being an undrafted free agent and all that shit. He's had to overcome a lot, people, overcome a lot. Fullback Jay PROSCH gave one of the we believe he was regarded as like one of the top fullbacks in this year's draft class, 73. Looking at the wide receiver position, obviously a little weird not to see Andre Johnson there. We'll just go down here a little bit. Jalen Strong. All the potential in the world to be their number 2. I can actually see him being the number 2 slip because he had an injury or whatever pre-draft. Still a beast. You got Nate Washington, Cecil Shorts, 2 nice speedy options to have there. They've been around. They're nice experience. Cecil Shorts was forever was like the top receiving target there in Jacksonville. But Hopkins is now their big main go-to guy. Last year he had 76 receptions for 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. I think with it might be a little interesting to see if he can keep those numbers up now that Andre Johnson's not on the opposing side of the field. But I mean, yeah, all signs point to show that next year could be the year that he really, escalates himself to be one of the elite wide receivers. I don't think he's there yet. So about the 87, but I mean, he's a fucking beast. Looking at the tight end position, you got Garrett Graham. We gave him a 74 last year. Garrett Graham, what did you do for me, buddy? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot here for Garrett Graham. That's pretty shitty when J.J. Watt has better receiving stats than your 3 tight ends. So, yeah, no legit. They haven't really had that nice receiving tight end option since Owen Daniels left. Now at the offensive line, Dwayne Brown, 93, perennial Pro Bowler. Left guard Ben Jones, 75. Center XAVIER Su'a-Filo, 72. Was really high regarded guard / center out of the draft last year. Right guard Brandon Brooks, 84, solid, nice, pretty underrated right guard. And right tackle Derek Newton with an 80. Yes. Now on the defensive side of the ball, obviously, then we got Jared Crick at left defensive end. We gave him a 74 overall. Last year, Jared Crick, 3.5 sacks in 15 games started. Obviously, it's going to be tough to get sacks when J.J. Watt's on the opposing side of you. Speaking of J.J. Watt, 99, as easy of a 99 rating to give. I mean, what do you have, like 3 or 4 receiving touchdowns on special tight end plays? 20.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 10 pass deflections, 1 80-yard interception return for a touchdown, 1 fumble return for a touchdown, 1 safety, 60, 70-some tackles. I mean, still, obviously I get why Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, but I still think there will never be a defensive season like J.J. Watt had last year, unless, I mean, of course he can replicate it this year. Should have given him the MVP. Defensive tackle, they got Vince Wilfork coming. I actually think that not only, obviously, Vince Wilfork still can play, we gave him an 87, but Louis Nix was regarded as Really highly regarded nose tackle coming out of Notre Dame. Regarded kind of as a new Vince Wilfork, so being able to learn for the next probably, I'd say, at least 2 years under Vince Wilfork, that's also good to have a nice little teacher there, so that when when all said and done for Vince Wilfork to hang the old boots up, Nick's gonna be able to come in and learn hopefully from him. Look, Christian Covington, Canadian as well, nice Canadian player there. Left outside linebacker Whitney Mercilus, 79 overall. Last year, Whitney Mercilus had 5 sacks, 40 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. Still somewhat, definitely not a big-time player in the run. Predominantly a one-dimensional pass rusher, so hopefully he can, kind of expand his game, but you know what you get hit with him. Middle linebacker Brian Cushing, starting to slip off a little bit. Hasn't been the same since he got busted for juice. Somewhat injury-prone. What do we got here? What did he do last year for Mr. Brian Cushing? 14 games started, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, 70 tackles. Then you get Akeem Dent, 75 overall, Michael Hamid. There's a bunch of pretty much, obviously Bernardrick McKinney was at one point regarded as the best middle linebacker in this year's draft class. Slipped a little bit, had a really shit combine, but I mean if all can pan out, McKinney and Brian Cushing in probably next season maybe, probably wouldn't be next year, this year coming, but at 2 seasons time I guess. McKinney and Cushing, that's a pretty formidable middle linebacker if Cushing can regain form, McKinney can kind of overcome his disappointing combine. Right outside linebacker, obviously Jadeveon Clowney struggled with injuries. Really want to see him. Just imagine if Clowney was able to play as he was hyped to be, and then J.J. Watt had the season he had. That's fucking terrifying. So I really hope Clowney can, overcome his injury, which obviously he probably will. I just really want to see Clowney on one side and J.J. Watt on the other. Just put them actually on the same side. Who are you gonna fucking block? Clowney regarded as like the biggest defensive prospect in at least a decade, and then you have Watt. Doesn't make the offensive line. You're just not gonna have any fucking right side of the offensive line. You're just gonna all put them on the left side to block these guys. Look at the secondary. Jonathan Joseph at 87 overall. Last year, Jonathan Joseph had 2 interceptions and 16 starts, 11 pass deflections, as well as 75 total tackles. You got Kareem Jackson, nice solid season for him. We gave him an 81 overall. Last year, what did you do for me, Mr. Jackson? 3 interceptions for 97 yards total. 9 pass deflections and 57 tackles. So I mean, these are 2 solid players. Jonathan Joseph starting to slow a little bit down as he gets a little bit older, but solid secondary. Free safety Rahim Moore coming over from the Denver Broncos. Really underrated free agent sign. Really like what he did. Was really underrated. I think excellent pickup there. So 87 there. There. Stevie Brown 79 overall. DJ Swearinger, I'm pretty sure he's actually cut. Release him. I'm gonna release him. Just showing you live, boys. I'm pretty sure he got cut. You got Stevie Brown, who I think used to play for the New York Giants. 79 overall. Kicker Randy Bullock, big old fat fuck, 80 overall. This guy is fat as shit in his profile picture. This is Tinder. You definitely would swipe right. Am I right? And then beast punter Shane LeChleur, 83, starting to slow down. Used to be like the fucking 99 punter for the Raiders. But 83 overall for Shane LeChleur. But there you have it, guys. Those are your projected Madden 16 ratings for the Houston Texans. Always 30 likes, new video uploaded soonish. 50 likes, new video uploaded immediately. Fuck J.J. Watt. Just J.J. Watt and J.D. Clowney. You guys are going to be, I think it's going to be a nice year for the Texans, aside from their quarterback position. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, guys. So we want 10,000 subs by the time Madden 16 comes out. I know we can reach that goal if you all help me a little bit. I'm going to finish this beer here. I have a swig of this fucking Bud Light Platinum, 6% beer. Fuck, that's good. I'm going to go watch some wrestling. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.